on that Alpha, and you can already see the Khalid, Tracy, on this Khalid, very, very aggressively trying to get into the enemy jungle. But this is what the Hylos and Gata does, man. It stops any sort of invade from happening in the early game.
But at the same time, you know, the Khalid, the Hilda, we all know that these are heroes that are aggressive. First 4 minutes, first 5 minutes in, it's usually their power spike to just disrupt the jungle, disrupt the rotation of Maycam Evolve. I'm honestly expecting a very, very fast game for KBG if ever they start things out strong.
Definitely. We can take a look at the emblems here. The Master Assassin actually from BO3. Very confident. Matt. Okay, we'll take a bit of damage there. A little bit of a freeze too. Feshin and Matt revitalize early. But again, for the emblems, it's the Master Assassin for BO3. So still very, very confident that he will get the dub in this laning phase. Wants to get as much of an advantage as possible. Meanwhile, for Yurokotsu, it's that Bargain Hunter to get to the item power spikes quicker. It seems like Wind Return will be trying to cut in the waves. And Marquinhos, if he stays here too long, he might actually lose a couple of minions himself.
Yeah, oh, look at the slows. And now the three attackiest heroes are just going at it each other. Wind Return has to use a Revitalize to walk away, and Saksa to the rescue. Casting his Electrifying Beast just to zone out Maycam Evolve alive, but he might actually get a kill here. A quick response from the rest of the members of KBG. Another Revitalize will be popped by Maycam.
It's all about the Revitalize, just healing back up. Maycam Evolve unable to punish that greedy little, you know, cut up top. But KBG know their limits quite well. They know that Griselda is very, very hard to kill, has to Revitalize as well. And Turtle #1 will be spawning in the game. Tracy not level 4 just yet, and Aurora actually opting to go for the purple buff first.
Yeah. Right now, Glorious Pathway from Marquinhos is there to try and zone out KBG. Matt trying to work on Tracy.
Oh.
And a good Spear of Alpha coming in from Maycam Evolve. First blood will go to Marquinhos. A double kill already for Wind Return. Make it 3 for KBG. They're gonna get another one. Sets their eye on Feshin. Feshin has to use the dash to walk away now, and here comes KBG just rolling right now. 4-0 start.
It's amazing for KBG, for Maycam Evolve. It's another disaster in the early game. Yurokotsu.
Okay, 1v1 between the two. Goes in, there goes in with a flicker! And an outplay, a disaster for KBG. Yurokotsu has the higher ground with the help of the tower.
Everything went their way up top. It's only fair that Maycam Evolve get a win somewhere else on the map, and they get it in the bottom lane.
Elevates and detonates with the AOG to bring down LMU. Maycam Evolve slowly finding favorable trades for their side.
Okay. And just like that, KBG now have to hold back again. BO3 is losing in that 1v1, well, has lost in that 1v1, and Maycam Evolve are actually able to get a kill on. So the goal lead isn't as massive as we expected early on. Now it's actually getting brought down again. Still though, there's one big problem for Maycam Evolve.
What's that?
They got Saksa 2-0 and 2 on the Joy to deal with later on, right? So Maycam Evolve are going to have to really be careful about how they use their resources. If they try to go for the backliners, Luomu or even, you know, BO3, you're going to use a lot of resources, and Saksa might just be able to clean the entire team up.
Yeah.
You have to save some of these stuns for Saksa, because we've seen how deadly a last-minute Joy could be. Wind Return.
Okay, taunt, Wind Return up against 4, gonna get caught up by a lot of ultimate. Spear of Alpha plus the Frigid Glacier managed to stay alive and revitalize. They're using a lot of resources just to take him down. On the other hand, Yurokotsu trying to defend the mid lane turret up against LMU and Tracy.
Okay, so KBG actually still keep the goal lead here because they're able to get BO3 into the bottom lane, taking the entirety of the turret gold. BO3 is quite fed now. Look at that, you know, he's made up for that solo kill, that solo death. Yeah. Almost taken down a tier 1 turret in the 4th minute of the game. Yeah,
I just like how BO3 is still unfazed. He has the Master Assassin, got solo killed by Yurokotsu, but still keeps his composure. Again, this is a best of 3, not what we're used to with the best of 1s for the Swiss format. So KBG has actually the upper hand and Maycam Evolve. The pressure is actually on their team if they want to stay alive.
It's a bit odd that Maycam Evolve has been the one losing out in the neutral objective battle with the Aurora on the Alpha, with Marquinhos, Hylos, and Gata Wind Return trying to get an angle to attack here. Maycam Evolve are not committing onto the neutral objective. They're leaving KBG an opportunity. Aurora went in.
Oh, Raging Sandstorm plus the Revitalize. Here comes the Frigid Glacier, gonna catch 3. Glorious Pathway coming in from Marquino, another AOG. Killing spree coming in from Saksha. The clash is continuing. Who's gonna out-sustain each other? Another Revitalize. Aurora goes in with the Spear of Alpha. Finally gonna have an answer. It's gonna be a 1v1 between LMU and Marquino. Ring of Punishment. Who's gonna win? Pride of Ice will be popped, and I think LMU can turn things around with the Frosty Braids to bring him down.
The 1v1 goes to Luomu. Oh man, the horse timed it so well, got the stun down as well. We could see the problem for Maycam evolve already. They burnt out all their resources at the start of the fight, and Saxa was able to dish out so much damage in that fight. And now Saxa's back onto the turtle.
Man, this is just the second turtle. A lot of action is happening right now, and Saxa will secure it, along with their electrifying beats, forcing Maycam Evolve to retreat instead. No trade once again from Maycam Evolve.
And now KBG, they're back to the lead that they had earlier. Tracy and Bilexi.
Okay, they're gonna work on Aurora, forcing out the Spear of Alka. Here comes the Raging Sandstorm. Bilexi, just too much to handle. One more hit, and he has got the goal and bring down Aurora.
Again, punishing these overextensions from Maycam Evolve seems to be the way to go from KBG. And the fact that Maycam Evolve keep on going on Wind Return, I'm not a big fan of this, man. Wind Return is the tank here, and I don't think Keepers Gaming lose a lot even if Wind Return goes 0-7.
They did this a while ago in the top lane. They had to use the Spear of Alpha plus the Frigid Glacier just to try and bring him down. It took a lot of resources. End time, Saksha going in with electrifying beats as Bilexi just working on the top lane, gonna get another turret for KBG.
Literally denying the trade over from Maycam Evolve in the bottom lane by clearing out the minion wave while getting yourself a tier 1 up top. Now they're starting to group up, and now it's going to be a problem for Maycam Evolve because all these fights, you know, Bilexi hasn't really been participating in these fights. It's mainly been a 4v4. Now that Bilexi can actually rotate, Tracy has got to be careful.
Here's a stun again, quick sand guard, sustain from both of these teams. It's just too much to handle, but even though they have 2 Revitalize for each side, they have a lot of sustain with their XP and roam. It's still a 6-9 kill scoreboard 7 minutes in, so the kills are coming in despite the high HP that these two compositions has.
And that's the Blood Wings, actually. The choice for Saxa to go for his second item. We usually expect something a bit more aggressive, but Saxa knows just how vulnerable he can be when he actually dashes in forward in these skirmishes. So the Blood Wings will definitely do him a lot in these skirmishes just to stay alive even more so that he can deal more consistent damage out. The Maycam Evolve, they got to deal with Luomu. This monster in the mid lane on the Aurora. 3, 1, and 5. The glowing one first item. You can see the poke actually start to really hurt Maycam Evolve.
Yeah.
Maycam Evolve, they're kind of stuck in a situation where their composition needs them to go for an all-in, but Keepers Gaming can also stall them out with Luomu.
Yeah, and even Tracy has been soaking up a lot of damage to the point where you thought he was going to die. He's actually going to cast the Raging Sandstorm onto 3 members of Maycam Evolve and then bought enough time for KBG to actually respawn. That's why they have a lot of kills against Maycam Evolve, and this time the Lord has spawned. But Maycam Evolve, it looks like they want to contest for this objective.
They want to contest it. They have to be, I don't know, they're not holding on to it despite the fact that the Joy is up top. It's, again, Luomu keeping them at bay. Bilexi doing the same as well. Does it seem like Maycam Evolve can actually go for an instant fight, an instant decision?
Oh! AOG, okay, he has to Revitalize, gonna get cancelled down. Gonna find 2 onto the backline. Wind Return is actually the first man down, but Matt as well will fall down. It's a 1-for-1 trade for both of these teams, and no one yet will commit to this Lord.
The thing is, though, there are 4 big ultimates used up by both the teams, but KBG has consistent damage with Bilexi. Yorokotsu is very reliant on the Zaman Force with Bilexi.
Oh, Bilexi goes in, Frigid Glacier. He actually dashes out and evades that, forcing out Fish and also Flicker. So right now, a lot of resources from Maycam Evolve has been expended, and Yorokotsu might be in trouble here. Has the Zaman Force, but Saxa goes in with electrifying beats and Rhythm of Joy to bring him down, but it's gonna get taken down by the turret as well. No jungler for KBG.
Well, that's value for Maycam Evolve. They gotta go for it.
Okay, Glorious Pathway in. Will they be able to out-retreat KBG despite no jungler? Here comes the kill, plus the Frigid Glacier. Marquino quite low there as Wind Return tries to bring him down along with Bilexi. And despite all that, they still can't get a hold of the Lord. KBG still standing tall in the Lord Pit.
Again, it's because KBG just have that consistent damage with them. They have the Bruno. They can constantly deal damage even without a big ultimate. Maycam Evolve too reliant on these ultimates. Once you use the Spear of Alpha, that AOG, Zaman Force, where's the damage gonna come from? Keep us Gaming are literally just out-sustaining them and literally out-fighting them in these team fights, outlasting them in these team fights. Now it's a 5,000 almost gold lead. They're definitely going to be able to get a 5,000 gold lead as they siege with the Lord. Yurokotsu, the roam item picked up to get him additional gold when he gets assist. But KBG show no signs of stopping here. Once they bait out these crucial abilities, they will push on.
They want to get a sweep. They don't want to be the first team to be eliminated in M6. And so far, Maycam Evolve, I agree with you. The problem is they have to use a lot of ultimates just to try and bring down someone. But the thing is, it's always hitting onto the XP laners, onto the roamers, the tankiest hero of KBG, so they're expending a lot, but they're not even reaching the backline. Marquino goes in, paired up with the Glorious Pathway as well, trying to bring down Bilexi! This might be an opening from Maycam Evolve, no damage dealer from KBG. But again, they have to think about the Lord marching in the top lane as Saxa works on the mid lane.
They played a gamble, Maycam Evolve. In desperation, they went for it, and it worked out. They got Bilexi. They got the timers down too. For the flicker, it was not up yet for Bilexi, and that saved them from getting at least a base turret down. So keep us Gaming, they're kind of caught off bay right now. But again, if we're talking about Maycam Evolve, let's talk about scaling now. Aurora wants to go for the fight.
Okay, forcing the Raging Sandstorm to be used defensively. Spirit of Alpha is gonna miss. A lot of ultimates being casted. So right now, Maycam Evolve, the problem that they had before, which was casting ultimates onto the front line, they solved it by trying to target Bilexi. This time, it connected. That's why they were able to find an opening. But who got the purple buff?
Luomu.
Oh.
Luomu got it. He also got the Divine Glaive. So, yeah, that poke is starting to really hurt. You see why? Wishing Lantern is the second item he went for after the Glowing Wand. That's why he's been able to just dish out that poke. Saxa's going in. It does seem like they're actually Aurora.
Okay, they're going to try and commit onto Saxa, but again, the mobility of this Joy might be a counterattack for LMU. Frigid Glacier will be used up as well. Just keeping Maycam Evolve at bay as Bilexi tries to work on the inhibitor turret up top. AOG, they're going to commit. They want to go for a clash, but LMU says no, stuns Matt, and stops the clash.
Okay, so again, for Keep Best Gaming, they're just trying desperately to go for these base turrets, but then they can always just fall back, right? It's on Maycam Evolve to actually get a lead or to try to neutralize the lead that KBG have right now. And the fact that KBG can just continuously siege in without getting punished that much means that I don't know how Maycam Evolve are going to fare around the Lord. They were fortunate enough to see Bilexi in the bottom lane overextending. That's why they got that pick off. But now, as the Lord spawns in, it's going to be a much more coordinated for Keep Us Gaming, right? For KBG, fighting around the Lord should be great for them. This is where their composition strives the best.
No, it's going to all boil down to the initiations that can be set by Marquino and Matt. Proper targeting, proper decisions. They have to be decisive. When they cast a major ultimate, they have to go all in if they ever want to contest for this Lord.
Yeah, that bottom wave. Maycam Evolve, no interest in actually clearing out that wave. So slowly but surely, the mini waves will be crashing down. Matt gets a taunt.
Okay, here's the taunt. Glorious Pathway for Marquino to try and cut them off. AOG onto the back line, but it's not going to connect Tracy. On the other hand, answers right back with Raging Sandstorm. A lot of Revitalize will be casted here. Saxa just trying to go for the back line, trying to avoid the Spear of Alpha, as they will take down Wind Return. Bilexi takes down Matt, but Maycam Evolve trying to respawn with 2 kills. Bilexi on the other hand, volley shot after volley shot. Saxa delivering the final blow to bring down Marquino, and KBG sets themselves up perfectly for this Lord, but Yurokotsu wants to go in, going right after LMU, but the Pride of Vice is there. That's why Bilexi might be able to take him down and turn things around. 1 member left. Saxa says no, wants to go for the full wipeout, forcing Fish into retreat, and KBG is on the driver's seat.
The call is to end, not to go. Lord, Keep Us Gaming might eliminate Maycam Evolve.
KBG in the verge of trying to stay alive. Here come the ultimates. They have minions, and KBG lives to fight another day.
Keep Us Gaming.